Near Mint Condition, the home of collected editions.
That cover's so awesome.
Absolute format is the best way to own this store. Time to empty those wallets and fill those shelves.
Welcome back, Minties, to Near Mint Condition, a channel where you can be part of a positive, honest community and lay claim to some comic book knowledge. I'm your host, the Astonishing Melanie, and oh my goodness, right before bed, I've read this Spider's Shadow trade paperback all the way through. It was a nail biter, and I wanted to make a video about it, so stay tuned! This is the latest printing of Spider-Man Spider's Shadow. Originally came out in 2021. It's collecting issues 1 through 5, written by Chip Zdarsky. The artist is Pasquale Ferry. Matt Hollingsworth does the color, and VC's Joe Caramagna does the lettering. Cover artist is Phil Noto, and Zdarsky did the logos and design. These issues are collected in Zdarsky's Omnibus, so no worries there. You don't have to go and buy it, that they are collected in the Omni. Now, as you see in the corner, this is a what-if story. And those basically ran from 1977 to 1984. There are a couple of Omnis. This is the first volume of these stories that are really fun. It's like, what if Wolverine had killed the Hulk? What if the world knew that Daredevil is blind? And a lot of times, characters, well, act out of character, perhaps, or the narrative escalates quickly, but again, it's fun. And this, oh my gosh, this was pumped my adrenaline. Like, I had a hard time going to sleep after reading it. I'll talk about the first issue and give my thoughts about the story in general and the art. So I'm going to be showing every page of the first issue, and then I'll let you know, I'll give you a spoiler warning that I'm about to talk about the rest of the issues. I just feel like, hey, knowing what happens in the first issue doesn't really spoil the story per se, that it's setting it up, and if you would like to continue listening, then you could ignore the spoiler warning. So the team of Zdarsky and Ferry are answering the question, what if Spider-Man kept his alien symbiote suit, did not reject it, and it didn't join forces with Eddie to become Venom? And I think they did a terrific job of telling the story. I don't think it's too long, too short. I think it's just right. Zdarsky starts the story off with, oh wait, here's the cover art by Noto. Starts the story off with a staple of Peter's personality. He wants to do his best. He wants to do right by everybody, and he's taking on too much stress, responsibility. That's one of the reasons I'm drawn to the character. And in fact, let me just show the blurb on the back of the Omni. I was like, oh my goodness, I totally agree with this blurb. It says, few writers get inside Peter Parker's head quite like Chip Zdarsky. Like, that's why I love this story. And, with the Venom symbiote playing with its, Peter's mind as well, like, there's all of these chances for him to delve into his psychology. We get a glimpse of him just being tired in general, being tired of fighting criminals over and over, being tired of pulling his punches. In many stories, it is noted that Peter does hold back and doesn't use his full strength, and I really like that. So because he is tired, he accidentally shoves Mary Jane to the wall, and like that's violent. This is good on you, Ferry. That looks like it hurts. And Mary Jane is sharing her concern with Peter about what he's going through. Not that she knows exactly, but she does know he's Spider-Man. I will point out I'm not a fan of the shadows on the characters' faces. However, I am a fan of the action. Look at that. Look at this panel. Like, that's just really good. I love the way Hobgoblin poses. Hobgoblin, he's one of my favorite characters. But I'm also not a fan of the color choices for the backgrounds of the panels when there is no, like, background to it. But that's just me. Later on, obviously the mood changes more and it becomes dark and the colors change as well. But just in this first issue, I wasn't a fan of that. Look at that evil smile. That's cool. So we see the symbiote talking to Peter, telling him to kill Hobgoblin. Instead, Peter just agrees about scaring him. So he finds out his identity. We're reminded of the love triangle between him and Mary Jane and Black Cat. And he needs to go see Reed Richards about getting this suit tested, which originally happens in the original story. This dream he's having while he's taking a quick nap while he's being tested is very disturbing. Here's the pivotal moment. Peter decides he's going to keep the suit. He says, is that really necessary? Does he really have to get rid of it? And then we come to the end of the issue with another pivotal moment. I just want to point out that I like the scenes where Peter comes outside to meet the Hobgoblin. Like, I love the colors and the action, and it's creepy. He's talking with May, kind of reconciling with her. He attacks, and oh, please, 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 I'm sure other people thought this as well. When he comes in, posing like this, well, of course, on a glider, and he's a goblin, saying, "This is Spider, Peter, save me!" All I could see is Sam Raimi Spider-Man with Willem Dafoe as the Green Goblin being like, "Finish it!" Telling Aunt May to finish the prayer that she was doing. Oh, that's such a great scene. Anywho, this look of anger. Oh man, I was so excited. This fight is so awesome. Since the house is on fire and the symbiote cannot handle fire, Aunt May dies. And I was like, oh no. This is where the costume changes into a different form. Like more of like, not that he ever calls himself Venom. I'm just going to call it the Venom form. And these leaves were really pretty. I was a little distracted. I was like, that's so pretty. Maybe it's symbolic. It's autumn change and he changes here. I just really like the leaves. And, oh, this sounds horrible for me to say I like the way he dies. Don't take that out of context, but I appreciate it. It was creative and violent and just, oh shoot, what's the word? Intense. And then this pool of blood here at the bottom. Yeah, all of this, like that's a pretty panel. And that is the end of issue 2. I'm just going to show the cover. This is my favorite cover by Noto out of the series. Like, I remember in the original story when she was so scared of Venom and she was having to fight him. Yeah, this is a really good picture. So now it's time for spoiler section of the video, the rest of the story. If you think, oh, I'll never read this, but I want to know what happens, then just keep on watching. Otherwise, you can skip to the end if you'd rather avoid spoilers. What bothers Peter the most is that he doesn't want Mary Jane to know he killed the Hobgoblin, that he's a murderer. Kingpin finds out and is like, nope, we gotta protect ourselves. I don't know why he's talking with the royal we all of a sudden, but he is. And one of my favorite characters, J. Jonah Jameson, enters the story. And then it's like, the fun of these what-if stories, he gets to, like, actually rough him up some. It's like, yes, get your comeuppance, even though, no, that sounds so bad. If this were real, no, I don't legitimately want somebody's hand broken. However, it's like, oh, yay, you're doing something. Oh, goodness. Mary Jane definitely has a girl next door kind of look to her facial expressions in this story. I don't know how I quite felt about that, but I do appreciate how she is a strong character, like she goes to help in later issues and such. Another round of bad guys that he's fighting. He's no holds barred. Oh my gosh, like that's dark right there. Yes, this. Is this just going to be me pointing at panels and just making noises of appreciation? I don't know. Alright, so J. Jonah Jameson's like, hey, let me help. We gotta stop this murderer. Talking to Doc Ock. But oh, wait a minute. Doc Ock's not in the picture. Because Eddie kills him. And he's gonna take his arms. Oh, this is so fun. That's what I like about Zdarsky's writing is that, it could be over the top fun. And this is perfect for a what-if story. So they set a trap. And of course, Eddie's got to be in the story. They set a trap for Peter. Look at how dark and forlorn he is. Eddie and JJJ have a moment. I don't know why I said it like that. Which is good because later on they have another moment, so this makes it, but more believable. And they use Mysterio to have this psychedelic light show is trying to confuse Peter, but it's not going to work. And the fight between him and Eddie, it doesn't last. That would have been fun, but I mean, it doesn't spoil things. Now, here he's stuck. And through his Spider Slayer, was that the name of it? His robot, Jameson saves Peter, and that I was like, oh, wow, that was definitely, he changed his mind just like that. So that did bring me a little bit out of the story, but it is a what if. Like, what if this happens? That's just the nature of the stories. It's like, hey, well, this character's going to do this then, and it all just goes crazy. And, I mean, especially with Zdarsky and other, I'm assuming other writers, actually I'm not quite sure, have played around with their relationship. Like that, Jameson genuinely caring for Peter. So he decides he's going to help. He's like, oh, it's Peter Parker. Well then, let me help out. The symbiote infects Fantastic Four members to try to get his Peter back. Mary Jane's like, nuh-uh, I'm going to come help you too. And this was really sweet. It was fun to see the heroes in their costumes from that era. I love Sue's hair. Iron Man's like janky outfit. Sorry if you like the outfit. Yeah, when Peter takes off his mask and he reveals his face to Captain America, he's like, look in my eyes. I won't fail again. And Captain America believes him. I'm like, oh, good for you. Okay, yeah, this is just turning into me telling you the story and fangirling out over it. And this is why I couldn't stop reading it. In fact, I thought about when I was actually trying to go to sleep after reading it, it's like, maybe I should read Lord of the Rings to calm my brain down. Read 2 pages of that, and that probably would have sent me right to sleep. All right, so I said the Fantastic Four was infected. It's the Thing and Reed Richards. Johnny's helping out. Sue's outside the building helping out. Mary Jane, if you saw on the previous page, was like, she grabbed a gun to help out. And this, I like it when the artist, so here Fairy like puts Peter in multiple positions all in one panel. Like, I like following that. I just listened to Daniel Warren Johnson's commentary on Transformers issue 1, and he was saying he didn't like with Spider-Man. He used Spider-Man's example is moving in the panel and there's multiple images of him. He's like, I don't want to draw that. I was like, oh yeah, I like that. So you will not find this in the Transformers, but you'll find a lot of other good stuff. Oh my goodness, if you like this, check out Transformers by Daniel Warren Johnson. This was a cool part. He says, I'm unstoppable. And when I'm angry, I'm unstoppable. No quips, no pulling punches. Bing can take it. I'm like, yeah, I can. Ends up other heroes do get infected. When they come in to help, Johnny's fire is not effective against the infected Reed's body because he's got an armor on. As you notice, he's turned red, so he's more like Carnage. And there's Mary Jane helping out. Here's a variant by Chip Zdarsky. That's cool too. Okay, and in the last issue, I love it when he's fighting without like part of his costume on. It's just something different. It's a nice touch and looks really good while he's doing it. Here's smart Peter coming into play. That his scientific brain, he's making use of it, and I really appreciate that. I like it when the comic creator will incorporate that into the story. Peter's really smart. He's a scientist. He's clever. So he's found something that can help. We don't know what yet. It's a cool surprise. However, what we do see is that Peter offers himself back to the symbiote if he would just leave people alone And the creature's like, yeah, but I gotta kill this guy first, Reed, because his brain's too big. That was messed up. Especially when you find out that, of course, Peter'd be upset. But it wasn't Peter, really. He was using an image inducer, Johnny here. And the reason why he needed the image inducer, he says, flame on, is the symbiote's weak against fire. I probably did like a fist pump when I read that. I was like, yeah! We got another sweet romantic moment. And then this, I like it. No, I guess it doesn't make sense, but I get, because with Jameson being like, oh yeah, I'm on Peter's side. But I like how, because that's just what happened in the story, okay, he talks to Eddie and he's talking about letting go of things and letting go of that need for revenge. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. I like it. His name is cleared because the other heroes were infected, so they're like, hey, when you're infected, you can't help yourself. And he becomes a member of the Fantastic Four. So with this what-if structure, the narration escalates quickly. It's just, okay, what's the next thing that's going to happen? Here you go. I like his reaction here. Oh, but the epilogue. I would read this. Oh, this would be awesome if they did a sequel. Kingpin didn't die, and he's going to turn into Carnage. Here's some more variant covers in the back. And there you go. Like, seriously, this is so much fun. You could just pick up the trade. You don't need to own the Omni. I feel like it's a classic story. So just to recap, and in case you hit the skip spoilers timestamp, that I suggest this book because of the Peter's characterization. I love how he has the trade hallmarks of Peter Parker, that Zdarsky definitely uses those. For example, that he is smart, he's a scientist, he's clever. That comes into play. That he is a genuinely good person, that even when he falls, he gets back up and he tries again. How physically strong he is, as well as morally strong. All the reasons why I have a crush on him. If you're interested in purchasing this trade, please check out our sponsors.
BD Cosmos, the Canadian leader in graphic novels. They have a physical storefront in Montreal, Quebec, and their website, bdcosmos.com, offers 25% off your order of over $99 or more, and free shipping everywhere in Canada for every order of $200 or more.
Their shipping care is exceptional. Your books will stay cozy through the rough Canadian weather and arrive to you in near mint condition.
After checkout, let them know Near Mint Condition sent you their way, and you'll be added to the monthly $25 gift card raffle. Entries are valid for new and returning customers.
Don't be afraid to call or email them. Ask them questions. Their staff is always happy to help guide you towards the right purchase. Visit their website, bdcosmos.com, for more. BD Cosmos, with rewards and raffles taking care of customers in Canada. Eh?
CheapGraphicNovels.com, your online home for graphic novels and collected editions up to 50% off cover price. They have excellent shipping and prompt and helpful service. Check out their bargain deals for up to 90% off cover price. And don't forget that CGN also takes pre-orders. That way you don't miss out on the hottest releases. And they are currently running a special promotion for you Minties. If you're a first-time customer, after receiving your order confirmation email, reply back to that email and let them know Near Mint Condition sent you their way. They will then apply a free shipping promotional credit to your next order in the US. Cheap Graphic Novels, your source for the hottest books with the kind of deep discount, quality shipping, and customer service that will keep you coming back for more.
And that was my review of Spider-Man Spider Shadow. Please let us know in the comments below if you've read this, and try to keep it spoiler-free in case for people who have not read it yet may read the comments. Or let us know, what is your favorite Zdarsky Spider-Man story, and who's your favorite Spider-Man artist that works with Zdarsky? Thank you so much for all the support that you all give this channel and keeping it alive. Please consider hitting the like button, sharing with others, and as always, stay minty!